Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today we're looking at Alex Verdugo. Got a lot of questions about him, and this kid's just a stud. He's only 23 years old, just turned 23 years old, I think. Second round pick, top prospect with the Dodgers, and he has been he's been hitting really, really well. He's hitting over 300, three at the time I'm doing this, 323. He's got 4 homers. And this guy's just always hit. He's hit above 300 in the minor leagues. And so I love the guy's swing. Again, he's so young and he uses his body so well. And so I want to talk about a couple things here. So first thing we're going to talk about is just how he prepares to hit. Okay? And again, a lot of the things that we're going to show today are things that we've talked about in other hitting videos. So go and check those out if you haven't. But I want to show you how major league guys are using some of these things, how they're using their body in certain ways to put themselves in the position to hit really well, to load their body so that they're able to create really great bat speed and quickness and path. And so the first thing is he starts with, this open stance. Or again, if you look at the way his body's aligned right now, his hips are open. Right, so his hips are pointed off to the right of the pitcher, almost towards like the first baseman. And when he gets ready to hit, you're going to see that he takes his back pocket, right? So if you just look at this back pocket right here and watch how this starts to turn towards the pitcher, right? So this is a really, really important move right here. This is the move that we talk to our hitters about being able to load this back leg, get around the back leg, right, and load it so that when it's time to go and launch, that leg can turn. So I talk a lot to our guys about how the back leg here is the engine of the swing, and so I've got to put it into position. I've got to load it properly so that I can use it. And so again, to get that back leg loaded, I've got to coil. And to coil, again, right here, you see his hip starting to coil. If you were looking at his belt buckle, you see his belt buckle turning that way. Right? The easiest way to talk to your hitters about doing it is just turning your back pocket. Get that back pocket turned towards the pitcher. Again, so right here, it's kind of pointed out that way if you look at the back pocket. And here now, it's pointed this way. Right? So it's turned from here to here as he's moving forward. Now guys will make this move, right? Some players will kind of preset this move to where the back pocket is already kind of turned towards the pitcher before they ever pick their front foot up, before they even stride forward. Other guys will get more of it as they're striding. So again, Verdugo starts, he starts with his leg open and his hips completely open. And he's going to get all of it as he picks his foot up and starts to move forward and into the ball. Right? So he's continuing the coil. He gets to this point right here, and now it's just stay coiled until that leg starts to turn that way. All right, so this is a move you'll see in pretty much every elite hitter. And again, stylistically, they'll be a little different. Some will preset a little bit more coil. Some will get more when they pick the foot up. But you're always going to see this coiling. You're always going to see this back pocket turning and getting themselves loaded, getting their back leg loaded. All right, at the same time, as you see him starting the coil right here, you're going to see that he starts to pull back with his upper body. So really simple things to think about. Keeping your elbow behind your hands. And you're going to see, again, this isn't the greatest view for it. This is a really good view to see the lower body. But you're going to see the elbow start to work this way. All right, so he's using his back. If you think about getting your elbow behind your hands and just feeling your elbow working back this way, Right? When we talk, it's like setting your hand back to throw a punch. You know, it's like, if you want to think of it much more aggressively, it's like, you know, starting like a lawnmower. And again, it's much more subtle than that. It's not this big aggressive move, but you should feel your back working. Right? It's like somebody standing behind you, you're just going to kind of nudge them with your elbow. But this is helping as I'm moving, again, as I'm coiling and moving out, I'm pulling back here. It helps keep me back. If I don't coil, if I just move forward and I don't pull back, well then everything's going to get forward. I'm just going to drift forward. I'm going to shift forward. I'm going to get heavy into my front leg early. And that is going to cause the swing to just kind of get pushed out front. And so there'll be no depth to the swing. It'll be all out front. And I want to try to get the barrel turned deep. Right back here, that's another thing that you'll see with most elite hitters, is they get the barrel to launch back so that I can get turned up into the ball early. If I just push out, throw my hands out at the ball, take my knob down to the ball, well then the barrel doesn't have time to be able to pick up through the ball. You know, again, this isn't just my opinion. If you look at the numbers of the attack angle, what's the barrel doing as it comes into contact with the ball, as it's approaching the ball? Most elite hitters are hitting the ball in a slide up, right? So I know Ted Williams talked about it a long, long time ago. But now that you have numbers to actually look at it, you have devices that can actually measure it, the barrel is going to be slightly up into the ball. Right? So really good coil, pull back. And the other thing is, again, we made a video on tilting instead of rotating or turning, but this is a really cool angle of seeing. Again, you can't really see the rear leg turning as much. I mean, you can see the lower body, right? As he's starting to turn, his upper body isn't going down, isn't going forward, isn't going, you know, just turning out east to west, but it's tilting back. So this is that action when we talk about tilting. Right? You can see, if you just look at his last name here, right? So here's his last name right there. As he tilts back, right? The name, you can't read the name. The name doesn't stay like this. If it did stay like this, that would mean his right shoulder is just turning to the right, or his upper body is just turning to the right, but it's going back instead. So leg is turning that way, upper body is going back, again, more north-south. Barrel is working back. So he can get turned up into the ball. So, again, just showing another major leaguer, someone that obviously has great hitting mechanics, been super successful, very young, I think has an amazing career ahead of him, and he uses his body so well to deliver the bat. So let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Let me know if you have any other hitters that you want me to check out and talk about. Give it a thumbs up, share the video with all your friends, and that's all I got. We'll talk to you later.